We'll see if that keeps running or not. It's been acting up. I think it gets hot on the ground. So I was walking down, I was staying in the dorms because it was a last minute thing, and somebody called me, hey, you want to come up? And, yeah, sure, why not? Walking down the hall, and this guy hollers, hey, and he comes up and he says, well, you're Dave Gamble. I said, well, thank you for pointing it out, because I'm over 55, and sometimes I forget. And he says, no, I watch your YouTubes. And I said, and we were talking about it, I said, so you watch my YouTubes, but how did you pick me out from so far away? He says, well, you have a very distinctive face. And I said, so does Quasimodo. I mean, what is it you're trying to say, right? so he says, no, I mean, you have a very distinctive face. I've seen you on your YouTubes. And I'm thinking, the only time you see me on YouTube is when I turn sideways, and it's this. Right? So what you're trying to say, what you're trying to say is...
He saw your nose then, huh?
So I know you. You got to... All right. No, everybody's really friendly up there. It's a lot of fun.
That's cool.
I really enjoy it.
I want to go there someday. It'd be pretty sweet.
Absolutely worth doing. Absolutely. Yeah. Let's see how we got... Oh, the oil's going to heat up quick today. So the last time I flew was just because I hadn't flown for a while, and I like to run the engine fairly hard. If it hadn't been run for a while, just get all the water and such out of it.
Yeah.
So I'm coming back in. I was just about ready to call Lily Chapel inbound, so I put up tower frequency. And this guy, all I hear is potential violation. I forget, airspace incursion or something. Like he was talking to somebody else, and the guy says, "What do you mean?" He says, "Well, I cleared you to fly runway heading, and you turned to south." And the guy says, well, according to federal aviation regulations, at 500 AGL, I can do anything I want. And the tower says, sir, you are absolutely correct with regard to the federal aviation regulations, but there's an exception to that, and that is if a controller gives you a directive. I directed you to fly runway heading. You didn't do it. And there's a pause. And he says, well, why did I need that diversion? And the tower controller, who doesn't need to answer a thing, says, because there was traffic on downwind. And I'm wanting to call Lily Chapel inbound because I'm moving, right? It's not. I'm moving right along. Yeah. And he says, "You had traffic on downwind." He says, "Well, I didn't see it." Or he said he looked. He says, "I'm looking and I don't see it." And the tower controller says, "Well, it's gone now." I mean, it was there at the time. It's gone now. And he says, "Well, I looked just before I turned and I didn't see it." And that's what I want the key to Mike and say, it's not your job to see it.
Yeah.
The controller's job is to see things that you don't see, but I needed to get in, so I cut that guy off. He was getting ready to say something else, and I just cut him off Lily Chapel inbound. There was a plane that was downwind that was desperate to make a call. There was another one entering the pattern that was desperate to make a call, and this guy's blah, blah, blahing along. And the controller, I was so impressed with the controller. He remained calm, professional.
You didn't get mad at him or anything?
No, well, yeah, he did. He just didn't let it show.
Okay.
I mean, he doesn't need to be answering those questions when he's balancing 3 other airplanes. It was highly irritating. So I sent off a letter to the airport authority and sent him commendation. I said, I really got to tell you, this was the most idiotic pilot I've ever heard. But the controller he just very steady. He's like, this is what happened, and it all got resolved. But I just don't understand the attitude of arguing about that. You screwed up.
Yeah, you should have said my bad.
No, right. I learned a lesson. That was my mistake. I learned a lesson.
Again.
Won't happen again.
Yeah.
If you want to talk to me, if you want to talk to the control tower, you don't do it on the frequency. You wait until you land.
Later,
you get you find the phone number and you give them a call. I think we can go.
Okay.
So that was weird. I didn't record any of that, which is kind of a shame because I'd like to listen to it again.
Yeah, that'd be funny to listen
I think it's every bit as bad as I remember it, but but part of it is I really needed to make my call, or I am going to be making an incursion, right? So it was frustrating.
Won't they call him? Like when stuff like that happens, don't they call you?
He could have violated the guy. He could have said, I wasn't going to, but at this point, you have talked me into it. The guy, when somebody says, I could violate you, but I'm not going to, then shut up. Thank you. I understand what I did wrong. And I don't know how he could not understand what he did wrong. But I don't know. It was strange. We'll hope for better today. Tower will be closing, so we'll be back by then. All right. Speaking of, I'll probably give him a holler.
Yeah.
I got to think it through. It's been a while since I've done this. Fulton ground, experimental 284, Delta Golf T hangars ready to taxi, departing VFR Northwest.
Experimental 284 Delta Golf on ground, runway 4 taxi via taxiway Bravo Alpha, wind 30012, altimeter 3006.
Bravo Alpha to runway 4 Delta Golf. 3006 on the altimeter. There we go. It's only off by 100th. Rounding error. So the best thing I saw in Oshkosh was you can actually build your own helicopter.
Really?
Yep. Comes with a brand new IO 360, which is a big 180 horsepower Lycoming or whatever you want to get, but Lycoming is the traditional O 360. Comes with everything you need but paint. It's mostly an assembly job. They do all the complicated stuff like the swash plates and all that. You just do the like interior aluminum, cushions, paint, things like that. And assembly, you'll probably build some push rods. There'll be some nice stainless steel push rods you put together and get everything all put together and all that. Takes about 500 hours. As reference, this is supposed to take about 800 hours. And then you end up with a helicopter. It looks like a Bell 47, which is like the MASH helicopter with the big bubble canopy.
Yeah.
Holds 2 people, flies about 85 miles an hour. And burns about maybe 10 gallons of gas an hour. It carries 34, so you got 3 hours in a good reserve.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty neat. Of course, I'd have to get a license for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd have to learn how to fly a helicopter. I'd have to sell this.
That's your next thing, though, right? Isn't that what you want to do?
Yeah, if I had all the money in the world, sure. I'd love to do it if I wasn't having to pay for it. It's $142,000 for the kit.
Yeah.
So that's not cheap. It's cheap for a helicopter.
Yeah, but a lot of money.
Operating costs, people like with Robinson R-22s, which is a very equivalent helicopter, they say they're operating, it's like $300 to $400 an hour. And all I can figure is a lot of that is insurance.
Oh, yeah.
Because the engine is just a standard aircraft engine. Everything else, I mean, it must be the inspections and such because there's so many moving parts. You know, and they do flail around, so it's probably kind of hard on them. It would be interesting, but I don't see it happening.
Helicopters use a lot more gas.
Well, normally they do, but this thing's burning an 036. It's an 0-360, which is a 180 horsepower engine. It's going to burn maybe 10 or 11 gallons an hour. And of course, it's how much you're really flailing those blades around. It's probably at full throttle pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
Although there is a governor to, as you decrease pitch on the blades, it'll automatically retard the throttle of the engine, so you're not constantly twisting that throttle, and it'll kind of govern that for you. But they said it was about 10, 11 gallons an hour. I watched them fly. They looked like a blast. I mean, it's a real helicopter. That's not, it's not like some little ultralight thing. That's pretty neat. I talked to them for a half hour. When you're at Oshkosh, that's where you go to dream.
Yeah.
And then you come home and say, yeah, right, that was fun, but probably not going to happen anytime soon. For 140, I could build an RV-14.
Yeah.
Or get out of, so even if you get out of airplanes, I could have a Class A camper, driving around a big bus. A lot of things you can do with that kind of money.
Yeah.
But it's fun to go there and dream. I mean, the RV-12 was a dream for a long time. So sometimes things happen. But I don't have anywhere near that kind of money into it. I think I probably have half that into this.
Yeah. That's still a lot of money, though.
It is. Well, it's the kind of thing you could probably get a partner in, too. I mean, how much do you fly a helicopter?
Yeah.
Now, ranchers, people like that, they have jobs for them. That's how they go and check their fence lines, see how the herd is doing.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great way of getting around the ranch. So you see a lot of, there's a woman has a YouTube channel kind of like mine, except she does better. And she's got a Robinson R-22, and I'm enjoying watching her. And she flies it out. And, what she does, they have, I don't know what she does throughout the year, but currently, they have cherry trees, and for some reason they have to be dried periodically. So she will go dry the cherries, which I think means just hovering over them, blowing the water off. But I really can't tell what she's doing. But she's got 2 different cameras too, so she's got a picture-in-picture and all that. She's doing it up.
Nice.
I got a Hero 4 that quits randomly.
You need to get one on the wing. That'd be cool.
Yeah, the way I would do that, I actually have a mount that I built. I put it on an inspection panel. There's an inspection panel under where the stall warning switch is, in case you need to get at that stall warning switch. That way I'm not drilling a hole in the wings. I'm just drilling into it. I actually have a spare inspection panel. I've got a mount on it. I just worry about the camera falling off.
Yeah.
And then I got to get power out there because the battery life on these things is dismal.
Oh.
And although the newer ones are probably better, I could get one of those little blocks. I don't know what they call them. I think they're up to the Hero 9 now or 7 or.
I don't know what they're up to.
What is that critter? See that animal going to the cornfield? I can't tell if that's a deer or a very small pony or a coyote.
It doesn't look like a deer.
I think it's coyote.
Coyote?
See him wagging his tail?
Yeah. Looks like a
We
dog.
do get coyote here.
Yeah.
I've trotted right across the taxiway in front of me carrying dead rabbits and such.
Oh.
I know, I can't tell. He's got big ears. That's a coyote.
Yeah, that's the coyote, yeah.
There he is. He'll go back in that cornfield. Look at where he bounces. Could be a fox, but I think it's too big.
Hard to tell.
Well, it's small for a coyote, too. So
Yeah, it
that
looks
could be
small.
a fox. Could be a fox. It's not a dog.
No.
Could be, but I don't think it is. Look at it. He's looking at it. What are you looking at? Hey, Foxy baby. Now you do get deer in here too, and they'll come popping out of the cornfield or whatever, and they'll get out on the runway. You get sometimes you get roadkill, or the coyote leaves something. You'll get these big vultures sitting here, and they don't like to move. They don't want to move away from the food or carrion at that point. It's food to them. But so you got to watch out for that kind of stuff. I've seen deer on the runway as I was landing. You don't want to hit one.
No, that sounds like a bad day.
No, not a bad day all around for everybody involved.
Yeah.
Propeller included.
Yeah.
Find a new propeller. All right, I'm going to close this while I'm thinking of it,
All right.
because that's my biggest nightmare. And you have your vent open, I have my vent open.
Yep.
Good on that. We'll pop over to the tower here in a second and do our run up. That thing pulled any weather in yet? There's not really much to see.
Hasn't really popped up on there yet.
There really isn't much to see yet. Well, it would be down.
Is there
clear
something
down
at the quick?
I doubt
Or
it.
does it just pop up?
Probably should just pop up. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll fiddle it.
All right.
I never really looked. I didn't care if it got ADSB because I already have it.
Okay.
I'm really just curious about it. This is more for flight planning. And then I can take the flight plan, and I have this little dongle here. I can take the flight plan here and push it into the sky view. So I don't have to sit and turn that knob and push all those buttons.
okay.
I do it here. I can do a pictorial, just grab it and move it.
Nice.
And just say send it on up there. Conversely, I can take the flight plan in here and send it back down to that. So, and when you're planning, when I have internet, I do have all the weather. I have all the FAA charts. I have all the FAA regs. There's an amazing amount of data in there. Absolutely love that.
That's cool.
All right, that's tower, so don't forget. We got the canopy shut. We can go ahead and do the run up. Camera's still working. Oh, believe it or not, camera's still working. I can't go on much longer. All right, so we want 4,000 RPM or thereabouts. I'd call that thereabouts. And we want about 100 drop. That's 70, 80 up, there's 100. And get back up, there we go. And they should be very similar, and they are. All right. Everything's looking to green.
Sorry.
We're gonna go ahead and test the idle. It'll go way, 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 way down. Goes down into the yellow. Let's put it back up where it belongs. There we go. Our canopy is latched. Stick free and career. What else we got to worry about? We got the fuel pump in here. Ignition's on. Trim is set. Fuse, 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 fuse. Don't need that one. Have no landing lights. Fuse, fuse, fuse. Power frequency. We're ready to go. All right, and we are making a turn northwest. I want to remember to tell them that again because. All right, here we go. Let's see. Make sure we're ready. Rehearse what I'm going to say. Fulton Tower, experimental 284 Delta Golf, ready for takeoff runway 4 at Alpha 5, departing northbound.
Experimental 284 Delta Golf, Fulton Tower, turn left on course, runway 4, clear for takeoff.
Left on course, clear for takeoff runway 4 Delta Golf. Pollen season.
Yeah.
Clear my throat a lot. To say no to vertical video.
This is Snapchat, it's alright.
Okay, oh yeah.
Everyone uses vertical for Snapchat.
Standard's very low there.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Crosswind from the left, so it's going to want to go that way. So I got to be, well, it wants to go to the right naturally, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. They should offset. Still kind of riding the brake, waiting for that tail to come up. There it is. On the rudders. Waiting for liftoff. And there we go.
Fuel pressure
is low, should be. I got a tank full of gas. Oh, it's up. It's back up again. It's sloshing around a little bit.
Yeah.
It's gonna be bumpy. We don't have to climb quite that much. Now I got a big open cornfield. If the engine quits, wow, downtown is clear tonight. Look at that.
That looks nice.
Wow, you usually can't see it quite that well. Or clearly. Now we got a cornfield if the engine quits. We got one over there, we got one over there. Got plenty of room if it quits now. Lots of options. Alrighty. Alright, you want flat?
Yeah.
Alright,
Just away.
I'll put the big screen on for you. Let's get rid of the, we'll get rid of the map. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to go screen, back, screen, map. There you go, there's your guy. Just follow the purple line, your airplane.
Right,
I'm going to pull the throttle back a little bit, to about there. And just take us like 3,500 feet. And that's right there.
1,500,
Yeah,
okay.
1,500. Perfect. I'll dial up MAC code, I think that's 123.0. So we're ready. We always want to have our next frequency in there and ready if we can.
Yeah.
You don't always know it, but if you know it, you might as well put it in there.
Yep. It's a good idea.
And what we'll do is, let's see, let's try to find the weather out there. I'm going to bring this map page back up. You'll just have to fly without it for a minute, or use the small screen for a minute.
Okay.
Map. Info. Weather. No report. Okay. So we're going to push in the Unicon, or no, I got to push in the AWAS. So tune the AWAS in there. Go to that first.
3007, remarks. Density altitude 2,800.
Good. So you're going to count AWAS. Got it.
Madison County Airport. Automated weather observation 2139er. Zulu weather wind 330 at 6 visibility 1.
So basically 27.
Clear below 12,000.
So like we talked about, we can
Celsius.
we'll just go to the north end and do that full pattern to make the left down to 27. So let's angle up.
Want to go that way a little more?
Yeah, let's angle up north of the field. You can see, you can actually cheat and use the picture here. It'll be right in front of us somewhere. Where did it go?
Madison County Airport.
There he is, right there. So
1346 Bravo, about
take us to the right of the green dot.
What active are you using?
And that'll be our upwind leg because the opposite is the downwind. And then there's crosswind. We'll be doing a crosswind into the downwind to base to final.
Okay.
I always have to rehearse those. Base I get, downwind and base I pretty much know. You don't do crosswind nearly as much as you do downwind. You do downwind almost every time you land, unless you're coming in on a base leg, and you really shouldn't be.
Wait, what's upwind again?
Upwind is when we're coming back towards the downwind. Oh, let's see. I got that wrong. Downwind is going to be alongside the runway when we're going to land because we're landing into the wind. So if we're going the other way, we're going upwind. When we're crossing, we're going crosswind. And then we go downwind and then base. It gets, the only one that's tricky right now is going to be the crosswind and the upwind because we always do downwind and base. So that's just, that kind of finishes the rectangle.
Okay.
3,000 is good. Let's level up here.
3,000? Okay.
Yeah. We're going to be coming right back down.
Alright.
And I'm just going to throttle back a little bit because there's no sense burning it.
1346 Bravo is about 2 miles to the north. We'll be entering a left downwind for 05 for the 05.
Up a little bit.
Okay, so 05, that's not us. I haven't heard anybody in Madison County yet.
That's too much.
Yeah, it's quick. It's really fast. Work with it. I mean, get a feel for it. Take your time. We're not in any hurry to get there. If you just want to fly around and kind of get a feel, that's okay.
Okay.
One thing we could do is try flying it a little slower because in the pattern we're going to be doing 70 down to 65 down to 60.
Okay.
And it's going to start to feel a little mushier. So why don't we go ahead now, start pulling your throttle back and just hold this altitude and just watch the airspeed kind of come down.
Okay.
And then you'll want to work on learning how to get the flaps down. It's kind of tricky. One way you can do this is just turn it like that.
Oh, okay.
And it'll see how it'll just kind of roll on out.
Yeah, okay.
See how it's just gonna, it's a little slow at first, but it's there. Now it's going to start really coming off of there. And as we hold the altitude, we'll start to see the speed bleed off. All right, are we going to do this or aren't we?
Middletown traffic, helicopter 6 miles out, Bravo Charlie, inbound. From the north, 5 miles out, 1,300 feet, inbound for runway 23, Middletown traffic.
That's West Jefferson.
1346 Bravo is about 2 miles to the north. I was going to land 5, but I'll move it around.
That's a reporting point back into Bolton. If you're ever coming from the north or the northwest, just tell them you're over West Jefferson and you know where you are.
Taxiway instead of the runway, so we can.
What's the stall speed of this plane?
Really, really low. You want to do a stall?
No, not really.
Okay, well, we will at some point. You're really going to have to, but it's about 48 or something like that. It's very, very low. You should be able to go slower than this. We're going to have to go slower than this. So let's get down a little bit more. You'll get there's an RPM range right here around 3,400 where sometimes it'll resonate and shake the airplane a little bit, so I don't like to leave it there, but it seems to be behaving today. Now you feel it's going to get a little mushier, and you're having to hold more and more nose up, right? The nose gets heavier and heavier. That's what the trim is for.
Yeah.
Now this is 68. This would be a good coming down final. Now it'll feel different coming down final because we're going to have the flaps down. So the nose is going to be down where you're used to it. I'm going to go ahead and put the flaps down. The way this is done,
okay.
It's hard to do left-handed.
Sorry, I got a whole bunch of stuff in my pocket.
You get that notch, that sliver thing all the way back, and you just kind of bring it up, and then let it latch in place. Now see how it wants to push that nose down, right? So you trim back against it. You don't want to overspeed them. The white arc, you don't want to go past the white arc. You'll overspeed them.
So we need to go back up.
But yeah, so see how it's a little mushier. Now when you put them back up, you really don't want to just dump them, particularly if you're at 60 knots. You'll want to give it a little more speed before you dump those flaps, or you'll be in a stall you don't want. So I'm going to push it up a little bit, get the nose down a little bit, and then we're just going to ease them up. And there you are. You'll probably have to trim down again. Okay?
Okay.
And you can just let it mush along like this if you want, because we're almost there.
Okay.
Where, I mean, it's good to get a feel for it, because this is where you're going to be in the pattern. You're going to have this mushy feeling.
Yeah.
6.5 miles, which is going to take a while because we're only doing a mile a minute right now. But if you can even do a few turns. I mean, when you do slow turn or when you do turns during your training, you're going to have to do them at what's called minimum controllable airspeed, which is a notch above stall. And of course, when you turn the wing, it hasn't got that lift vector is kind of moving off to the side, so that's how you get an accelerated stall.
Yeah, that's not good.
Or spin.
Yeah.
Which
it's like the worst thing.
Yeah. Oh, spin down low. It can be. It's deadly. Very deadly. Spins are not approved in this airplane. I've never spinned it. I don't know if anybody's ever. I think they probably did a spin during testing to make sure it wouldn't just instantly kill you. But it's not the kind of plane where you want to do it.
Yeah.
So he did 9, so that puts us in an awkward position. Well, no, it puts us on a left downwind. We can do that. We'll just, from where we are, we'll just use the highway for our left downwind.
Okay.
And we'll start, we don't need to yet, but we'll get down to pattern altitude. The way you look up pattern altitude map, info, make sure you're looking at the airport you're going to. 2,100 feet. I dial that in so I don't forget it. I'll dial it in right there, so you just got to look at 2,100 feet, and there, it's ready to go. Frequency is 23.0. We're already on that. Nothing to worry about there. So we can now go back to where we were, and you're all set with everything you need to know, in theory.
So you want to get on the right side of the highway, or just follow
Doesn't matter. Just follow it.
Okay.
Either one is a very good downwind.
Okay.
It's not too close, not too far out that we couldn't glide from there. I see people way out on, so far out on downwind they couldn't glide if they needed to, and that's, I mean, the odds are they're going to make it, but it's one of those things they teach you to kind of have in the back of your mind. If I pulled the throttle right now, where would you go? Well, there's a big wide open highway down there. It's paved, and highways don't typically have the power lines right next to them. There's cornfields and soybean fields, but they're both going to tear up the airplane. There's a field right there that has nothing painted in it, right behind that tractor store. I'd go, now you got big high tension lines, but we're way high. We'd get past that easily. On my side, I've got a freshly planted field, so the crops aren't too big yet.
See, that one right there looks good to me. It looks like there's nothing in it.
The dirt one? Yeah. Well, now that one, you'd be heading right at those power lines, but if you got that far still in the air, you really screwed up anyway. There's a couple good ones there. You want to go with the furrows, unless the wind is just prohibitively strong. Go with the furrows, so you're not ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum.
Yeah.
I have no, this is anecdotal, so don't quote me on this, even though I'm going to quote the person that told me it was anecdotal. If you have a choice between soybeans and corn, people tend to pick the soybeans because they won't tear up the airplane as much, but they are vines, they're beans. They'll grab the wheels and flip you over. Corn is going to beat the shit out of your airplane, but it's going to stop you. It's not going to stop you like a tree would stop you, which is fatal. It's going to stop you before you go bouncing along and the thing finally flips over or whatever. So aim for the corn.
So if you
get to where you can tell the difference.
You can land this in a cornfield with full-grown corn and not...
It would destroy the airplane. That's the.
Well, it wouldn't kill you though.
No, I don't think it'll slow you down. It'll be like a tree is going to stop you instantly. It's the sudden stop that gets you.
I guess the corn stalks aren't.
The corn's going to beat the hell out of the airplane. Not going to do anything to you. I mean, you hope to come to that, but.
Yeah, but.
And again, I think you'd want to go with the rows. I don't think you'd want to go across the rows. But you never know until you try it, and I hope never to have to try it.
Yeah.
That's the helicopter. He's coming in.
County
better options.
Charlie, overflying the airport at southwest at 3,800 or 2,800 feet, Tennessee County.
Okay, he's Madison County. And I'm going to call him, tell him we're about 3 miles shy of the pattern. Madison County traffic, Sparrow 284. The Gulf is 4 miles east. We were going to get our left downwind runway 9er, looking for the helicopter. And we're going to slow down a bit because I told him 4 miles.
Madison County, helicopter 7 Charlie Pop, 3 miles southeast of the airport, and we'll be entering a right downwind for runway 9. Madison County, we're looking for you.
All right. I think we're right. We're closer.
Your airplane?
Yep.
You got it? Okay.
We'll be there. I think. Well, let's zoom in and see where he really is. There he is. Now I don't know if he's going to do a pattern or land in the middle of the runway either.
That's it right there, right?
Yeah, that's the airport.
Okay. For some reason I think I was farther away than that.
And Charlie Pop, are you going to fly a full pattern or just go for the center?
We're going to go for full pattern.
Roger. We're just about to the departure end. I think we might get there before you.
Yep, I'm sure. I'm going to slow down. I don't have you yet, but I'm still looking.
And we can certainly speed up.
All right, I got you. If you're at my 1 o'clock, I'm at your 9 o'clock. We're down low to about 1.7.
Okay. 1.7, huh?
You see him?
Nope. He's probably below my wing.
Yeah.
Well, I do believe we'll get there well before him. I mean, they top out. Well, they're probably about as fast as this. They're pretty good helicopter. They're MD-500. This is a very nice helicopter. Turbine engine. All right, and we'll be full stop, but that shouldn't bother him because he hovers to a full stop, so he's no problem with that. And we'll kind of fly a nice tight pattern. Get flaps down now so we can start coming down.
Madison County traffic helicopter 557 Charlie Bob. Entering right downwind, runway 9, Madison County.
Don't want to overspeed the flaps. There's departure end. And we can turn base anytime now.
Hey, Madison County, 4 Delta Golf, let's make a left base runway 9er, full stop, Madison County.
I had to think for a second. I'm almost always on 27 out here. Yeah, we're perfect. We're not. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
The big ugly thing. Look at that.
Pretty high still.
Oh, he comes. They practice auto rotations.
Yeah.
That's something to see. They come down like a brick. We'll make the first turn off if I do it right. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Overshot final. Oh, the wind got me. Well, never tighten up your base to final just because the wind is blowing you too far. That's how stall spins happen, if you're wondering.
Traffic, Sierra 4, Papa Romeo 45 to the left downwind 27, Madison County.
Landing 9er right now. Be off in a sec.
In Madison County.
Ooh.
Helicopter 7 Charlie Pop, turning right base, runway 9.
There we
Madison
go.
County.
Managed it.
And helicopter traffic in Madison County, where you at?
Just told you.
Right base, turning right final for runway 9. Right now I'm on
Romeo for 9.
Madison County, 4 Delta Golf, clear running.
Oh, God, I can't speak. I think I paralyzed my tongue. Clear of the runway. Now I can say it. Now it can be said. The truth can be told. Oh, that went well. That wasn't too bad. Plus you can see, there's the other guy. Oh, that might be a...
Madison County traffic, Sierra 4, Papa Romeo.
What kind of plane is that?
Number 2, runway 9.
I'm wondering if that's, it's either the Cirrus or a crop duster. They do crop dusting out of here.
It looks like a
that looks like
Charlie
crop
Pop will
duster.
be on the go for runway 9. We're upwind, runway 9, Madison County.
There, I got those nice and cleaned up. And I got another set over here that's nice and cleaned up. And the bottom of the wing on this side, there's still bugs. I may work on the bugs, I don't know, but I got all the mud and crap off of there. And I haven't done the other side yet, and you'll be able to tell. So this is, this comes next. I'll try to get some of that off of there before it just decides it wants to stay forever. I mean, it's a mess. So right now, we're just doing general cleanup and getting panels off to look at things. And there's my helper.
Hi.